Shai Gilgeous with Clutch Points. Remember in the third quarter, there was a play where you got the ball but the elbow, took a one-dribble jumper from the free throw line over Nembhard. When they're trying to be as physical and trying to wear you down as much as they are those looks something maybe you guys have to explore more to get you more in your spots, one-dribble pull-up over the smaller defender?
For sure. There's a variety of ways to attack any defense, any coverage. I think the trick is keeping them off balance and sprinkling a good amount of everything in there. Try not to be predictable, especially when you play them 6-7 times in a row. Trying to keep them off balance as best as possible. And I feel like we had a good mixture, a good flow tonight.
Tim McMahon, ESPN, it seemed like every touch was tough for you for the first 3.5 quarters. You get to 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, you guys are trailing, seasons on the line. What opened up? What allowed you to finish the way that you did?
I just tried to be aggressive. Like you said, I knew what it would have looked like if we lost tonight. And I didn't want to go out not swinging. I didn't want to go out not doing everything I could do in my power and my control to try to win the game. The guys deserve that much from me. The coaching staff deserve that much from me. And I just tried to be aggressive, but also just let the game come to me, not try to force anything too crazy. And I guess it paid off.
Back right.
Shai, I was asking Coach Dagnall about just your demeanor out in games, especially when you said you knew what this game meant, how much was on the line here. But he says, you never know based on how you look, your face. You could be having dinner on a Wednesday. What is it about? What is it inside you that your expression never changes, your demeanor doesn't change much even in these moments?
Yeah, I think I just try to get lost in competing, lost in trying to figure out what I can do to help this basketball team win on any given possession. Yeah, that's what I try to get wrapped up in. That's what I try to completely focus on. Now it's a little bit tough at times given the situation and what's at stake, but that's what I try to wrap my head around for the most part.
First row.
Hey, sir. Joel Lorenzi with the Oklahomans. You guys hadn't won a fourth quarter until tonight. What have you sort of learned over the course of the series to be able to withstand the quarter? And I guess second part, Cambridge was just saying that as you guys spilled off the court, there was a sense of relief. Did you sort of feel that? And what was behind that?
Yeah, winning any quarter for us looks like us getting stops. That's first and foremost. We do that, we give ourselves a chance to score easier baskets, play faster. But when we don't, it's harder. Just naturally, like it's hard to take the ball out, their defense gets set, and then try to score over set defense. And if you're playing this late in the season, you have a pretty good set defense. So it's going to be hard if you don't get stops. And it came a little late tonight, but we strung together enough to get a W. And then what was your second question? Not so much relief. Personally, I just much rather win than lose. But I still feel like we have so much work to do. We're halfway there, obviously, but it's still so far from the finish line. I'm so focused on the next opportunity and trying to take advantage of that.
First row on the left.
Shai, you don't get a lot of catch-and-shoot threes compared to a lot of other NBA players, but you had a massive one there on the right side in that little two-man game with Dub. Just tell me what's gone into your work on even some of the smallest aspects of the game, the things that you might not get a ton of, but that are showing up here, obviously, in crunch time basketball.
Yeah, I think I work on a lot of things. I try to be the most well-rounded basketball player that I can be. And then I just try to, be aggressive and try not to be predictable out there and try to take what the defense gives me. And my work all season, all summer, allows me to be aggressive in those moments and be confident. And that's what that was.
Third row, Vinny.
Shai, Vince Goodwill, Yahoo Sports. Teams down 2-1 have produced some great performances in recent history. Giannis in Milwaukee, Steph a couple of years ago against Boston. When it's 3:52 left, do you sense the game is in the balance? I can make sort of my stamp on this game here? Not necessarily in history, but just do you sense the moment?
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Winning, especially this time of the season, it comes down to the moments. It's going to come down to late game. Every team is good. It's barely going to be a blowout. And it comes down to the moments and who's willing to make winning plays on both ends of the floor. But yeah, I relish those moments, love the moments, good or bad. When I was a kid shooting on my driveway, I'd count down the clock for those moments, and now I get to live it. So it's a blessing, it's fun, and I relish it.
Fourth row on the left.
Daniel Belvia. So you and Dub went to that two-man game late in the game. Seemed like you guys made the right decisions every single time. Can you just talk about the benefits on getting to that two-man game, getting those mismatches with Dub specifically?
Yeah, we've worked on that over the course of the last couple of years. Both of us can do multiple things with the basketball: shoot, pass, handle. And we try to just play off our instincts and play off each other, be aggressive, make the right basketball play. And if we do so, we usually end up with a pretty good shot because of the players we are. But yeah, we've worked on that over the course of time, and it showed up big tonight for sure.
Second row on the left, Anthony.
Yeah, despite the win, Mark was talking about how, the Pacers in some ways have found some solutions, against you guys that you guys need to solve. I'm just curious what you think they are doing well and what you feel like, as this series gets deeper, you guys need to solve.
Yeah, they're winning the small battles. They're winning the physicality. They're winning the aggressiveness battles. They're winning the 50-50 plays. Now we strung together enough tonight in a short amount of time to come out with a W. But if we want to do what we ultimately set our minds out to do, we got to take care of those things and throw the first punch. But yeah, they're definitely, for the most part of tonight, they were winning those battles, and that's why they had control of the game.
Last row on the left.
Adeshina Koiki, a lot of sports talk. Congratulations. Jalen Williams, when he was talking about Alex Caruso, said that he can become what your team needs in any sort of situation. For the time that Alex, has been teammates with you, how would you describe his adaptability for playing whatever role your team may need and does need to win games? And would you describe it as kind of a super ability?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a winner. To put it all into one word, he does whatever it takes on any given night, whether it's making shots, whether it's deflections, whether it's a steal, whether it's a block, whether it's a rebound. He does whatever it takes every night. I've said this before, but he has a championship ring for a reason. It's no coincidence. He knows what it takes. He put the work in, and he's proving it every night. But yeah, he's a big-time performer, big-time teammate, big-time winner. If you want to win basketball games, you have a guy like that on your team, and we're lucky to have him.
Fourth row on the right, Dan.
Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports. Mark, when he was up here, credited Lou Dort with setting an unbelievable tone defensively in the fourth quarter. At the time when you guys are trying to claw back, when everything's kind of getting haywire, what did Lou do to get you guys sort of settled down, but then also put that, frenzy into them on the defensive end of the floor?
Yeah, he was himself. He was pressuring. He was making life difficult for them to get into offense. But he was physical on ball. He was disruptive. He was who he's been all season. I think that's the biggest thing. Like the more and the faster that we can just be who we've been all season in our identity, the better off we'll be. But yeah, he was really good in that situation. He was a catalyst for our comeback for sure.
Last question, Barry.
Yeah, Barry Trammell, Tulsa World. Shai, you had a great closing 3-4 minutes, but early in the game, J-Dub seemed to take a lot of the load. How much does it help and make it easier on you when you got a guy like that even if they're trying to bottle you up, a guy that can produce and sort of carry the offense for a while?
Yeah, he was special tonight. He's been really good the last couple of nights. It's impressive to see his growth and his ability at such a young age on this stage. But yeah, it's what makes us a good team. Like, it's more than just me, way more than just me. he can carry the load. He can be the second fiddle. He can just play defense. He can guard your five. Like there's so many things he can do on a basketball court. I think that's why he's having the year he's having. But yeah, he was amazing tonight and makes life easier not only for myself but for the rest of the group for sure.
Thank you, Shai.
Absolutely.